Hello everyone, today we will talk about Moon transit. Moon passes through Gemini. The way Moon behaves in transit in Gemini depends on the position of the individual's natal chart and the house rules of Gemini. This transit may be more prominent in your life when you have another planet in Gemini transiting, or natal, heavy or easy aspects towards Mercury. But the basics are that with the Moon in flying Gemini we feel more volatile and chatty than usual. In these 2 days, our basic instinct is to communicate, think, and learn under the influence of our emotions, which are felt more deeply, and can also adapt to other people's emotions. And mental stimulation seems to make us feel better and is highly desirable. There are higher chances that we will go to a smaller gathering or have quick communication with neighbors, relatives, or family. Under the rule of the mediation of the divine messenger whose winged sandals carry him hither and thither between the gods and mankind, the accompanying energy is rapid and changeable. That is why we are motivated by a desire for diversity and instinctive curiosity, and we strongly feel our security needs and tend to stay close to home, family and loved ones. Resting on laurels is not an option with this moon because life speeds up, and Gemini is a sign of verbal and written communication, short-long journeys, siblings, everyday people, technical skills, and knowledge and handwork. So carefree, yet airy and curious, restless and fickle. All in all, sensitivity will arise if there is a tendency to withdraw from the world, for the reason that we need constant mental action. There will be restlessness, and then comes irritability, and then comes quarrel. We can notice that conversations from finance and security, Taurus, are shifting to ideas or gossip. So we connect locally with people we can see and places we can go. Generally speaking, it favors the following activities: mental and communication actions, and more than one activity at a time. So this is a powerful time for us to fully explore our feelings during this short period, best to stay on the move or be on the edge. It's time to share ideas with those in the community and see if our technical skills and intelligence can be helpful. Correspondence of all kinds, from catching up with your emails to the latest gossip. Reading, learning, letters, email, jobs, writing, teaching, networking, short trips. Wherever we look, communication is as important as shorter trips to see people. You can also use energy profitably to create a more comfortable home environment for yourself. So the most productive is to stay open to ideas and distinguish good from bad, so that ideas can be applied in our lives. But as Gemini has its own joker side, and it helps us take life a little less seriously, ideas are very likely to stay in the air. In short, it is, to say the least, a social period because we need others who will help us to be employed and to stimulate our minds, but whether their realization will be achieved in the future remains a question. But if we look at it globally, every realization was preceded by information. So information is freely available today, but it is difficult to make good use of it if intelligence and wisdom are not used at the same time. You're not in the mood for deep conversations, but you'll probably like exciting and energetic discussions on a variety of topics because we are more curious and we need short-term diversity in our lives. The moon reminds us to stay open and light as a butterfly when we communicate because we never know what we will find, and if we need to write a speech or make a presentation, eloquent cosmic energy helps us on our path. All that energy is usually good for everyday activities, and as long as there is a long list of them and more tasks that are better done now. Being closed off from others would be a waste of time and a delay in achieving the goal. It's a similar thing if we need to respond to trouble. The twins are flexible and adaptable, so this is a great time to think about plans that require problem solving, and their duality as a sign gives us that we can see things from more angles, so we also give ourselves more room to maneuver. So, with the moon in this sign, we are asked to be willing to ask ourselves and others the right question in order to gain a new perspective. Have fun while the moon is in Gemini and learn something new and valuable. Visit the library, study, leaf through a magazine, have lunch with friends, go for a run, service a car, talk to neighbors, network online, go to a comedy club, call a sibling.